Сем Вакнин.
Thank you for having me.
Добро дојде во мојата неделна анализа. Сем, ти во повеќе наврати во медиумите во Македонија, ни во повеќе странски медиуми истапи со своји ставови во врска со ова. Што следува? Што сега? Ситуацијата делува навистина драматично комплицирано.
Israel made a substantial mistake by announcing its next move. Israel said the next move is a ground invasion. That's always a mistake. It's always a mistake to inform the enemy what you're going to do. It's always a mistake to provoke pressure by the West, by the United States even, not to harm civilians, not to do this, not to do that. The minute you announce your intentions, you're inviting pressures. And this is exactly what happened. Israel announced its intentions, immediately started pressure from the United States, maybe to reconsider, maybe to not invade. What about the civilians? This and that. Immediately, Iran and its proxies, like Hezbollah and so on, Syrian regime, which is closely allied with Hezbollah, immediately they started to threaten Israel. Immediately, there was escalation in the West Bank, and so on and so forth. Now Israel cannot go back.
Пред да продолжиме со ова анализа, го слушате ова сведочење на господинот Бродец, татко на 3 деца и неговата сопруга. 3 деца се земени како заложници на Хамас. Мислам, ужасна ситуација. Која е перспективата за да тие луѓе во најмала рака, оние децата, 200 заложници имаат земено. Кој е начинот тие да бидат ослободени во оваа ситуација?
Not militarily, definitely. Only via diplomacy and agreement, exchange of prisoners. There is no way to solve this in a military way. Bojan, you must understand, Gaza is 2 cities, not 1. There is a city above, and there is a city under.
Тоа е нешто како Скопје му доаѓа.
No. You mean the size?
Да.
The size is like Newark,
Да.
New Jersey.
Да.
Small, very small. Gaza, by the way, is 60 kilometers on 2 kilometers. It's a tiny thing. Anyhow, there is Gaza above and Gaza under. Under the ground, there are 2,137 tunnels.
2000 тунели.
Yes. In these tunnels, there are 40,000 fighters. There are 3 hospitals. There are 5 mosques. The hostages, 100%, they are held inside the tunnels. There is no way not only there's no way to liberate the hostages, there's no way to win this war.
Нема опција за специјална некоја операција на специјални единици кои...
You can of course pour fuel into the tunnels and light it up, of course, and kill all the hostages. And kill many civilians.
Катар има контакт со Хамас, ако добро разбрав, и они имаат и успеано во некои претходни ситуации во тие преговори со нивна медијација да ослободат заложници. Може ли Катар нешто да стори? И сака ли воопшто?
The current crisis has nothing to do with the previous 3. Israel has invaded Gaza 3 times, including 2021, 2014, 2009, 2006, 4 times. This is not the same. It's not the same situation because the consensus inside Israel now is that Hamas has to be eradicated, eliminated, nothing left, not a single fighter, not a single leader, no governance option, no access to politics, no money, nothing.
Тоа е консенсус.
Yes, that's consensus, left, right, and left and right are almost in a state of civil war about everything else. They're fighting over Netanyahu. They're fighting over the religious Orthodox Jews. They're fighting over money from the budget. There have been demonstrations over many months of 1 million people.
Но тоа е опција која е гарантирана смрт за заложниците.
I think Israel gave up on the hostages.
Можат да издржат 200 цивили нивни да бидат убиени?
This is collateral damage. Exactly as Israel accepts that civilians will die in Gaza and civilians will die in Israel. Because Israel has acted provocatively and disproportionately in the north, for example. I think there is a wish in Israel to push for a final resolution. shall we say, final solution of the situation.
Што значи final solution, знаеме на final solution
Yeah.
на Хитлер како заврши на крај.
There is a lot of despair. There is a lot of despair, a lot of rage and irrational thinking in Israel right now. Israel is not thinking about the day after. It is thinking about revenge.
Дали посетата на Бајден нешто во таа смисла, неговото влијанието на Соединетите американски држави, дали мислиш дека тоа успеа да ги смири овие страсти, овој бес за кој ти говориш, ова ирационално однесување на израелската армија сега?
No, I don't think, but I think Biden was able to accomplish two things. First of all, he convinced the Israeli government to reconsider a ground invasion of Gaza. And that is why Israel did not invade yet. The second reason, he convinced Israel that humanitarian corridors are necessary for the population of Gaza, especially if they move to the south. All of them move from the north to the south. They have somehow to be maintained, to be fed, to be... And so Israel now has agreed to collaborate with Egypt on humanitarian aid. But that is the extent of Biden's influence. That is the extent. Biden can provide ammunition, but it's not strictly needed, and the ammunition and weapons that the United
Денеска побара 100 милиарди за Украина и за Израел помош.
Yes, Ukraine, Taiwan, Israel. Israel is only 14 billion, 1.4. But the ammunition that the United States is providing is not relevant mostly to this war. They're providing defensive ammunition, they're providing precision ammunition. So it's not critical for this war. Israel doesn't really need the ammunition. Israel needs the signal from the United States, we are behind you, we will support you. And if Iran attacks you frontally or via proxies, we, with our carriers and so on, we are going to counterattack. So it's a signal of we are behind you, we have your back.
Но немојте да влегувате со копнена операција.
I think logically and rationally, as a good friend, the United States is telling Israel, do not enter Gaza. You cannot win. If Israel enters Gaza, it cannot win in Gaza. And if Israel is attacked simultaneously by Hezbollah, Israel cannot win the war. It's the first time that Israel will be defeated militarily.
Што ќе рече ако